Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm really excited to be bringing this video for you today. I do mention during the video itself, but I've not had my laptop for 2 weeks, so I've actually not been able to film anything for 2 weeks. So I'm really happy to be here. I've just filmed this makeup look for you. Now this is a makeup look that I created by accident. I created it when I had literally 10 minutes to get ready. And I found myself then gravitating towards it when I was getting ready for work, or if I had Scarlett and she was being, quite clingy and I needed to do it really quickly and get on with things, or I had an appointment. So I hope you like it. It's a really easy one to achieve. I've called it Autumnal 10-minute makeup. It's not to the button, but it's approximately 10 minutes, depending on, how much you want to take your time. You definitely could do this in 10 minutes though, especially with a few practice. And it's just a neutral eye and a bold autumnal lip. I absolutely love it. I think it's really great for fall or autumn. And if you want to see how I achieve this look, then please keep watching. So first I'm going to start with my base, and I want quite a light coverage today, and I also don't want to look too pale. So I'm doing a mixture of my vitamin E Radiance moisture cream, because my skin has been feeling a bit dry recently, and I'm going to mix it in with this maximum coverage concealer from e.l.f. Now, I can't really use this as a concealer. I have mentioned it in monthly favourites before, so I used to really sort of like it, but I don't know if it's just my skin has changed, but the colour just seems a little bit too orangey for me to use as a concealer under the eye, so it's a bit too dark. Not that I go for that massive sort of Kim Kardashian highlight situation, but even so, it's too dark for me. And also as a spot concealer, it's actually not maximum coverage, and it's not particularly covering, so I can't really use it for that either. So I don't want to waste it, so I'm using it as a foundation. So I put a blob on that on the back of my hand of that, and I'm going to mix it, and I would say just a sort of 50-50 ratio, and I'm just going to use my finger to mix that all together. Now when you've got the consistency here that you like, just pop that onto your face. Now I'm using this little sort of kabuki style brush, and it came in a set of brushes that I got as a recommendation from a YouTube friend of mine. I've mentioned her before. I'm not mentioning her because we're sort of friends. I'm mentioning her because her channel's really good. It's ChoccyKaz. I haven't bothered doing a review on these brushes just because her review is very good. It's not, there's no point me trying to do it. So if I can find that, I'll link it in the description bar. But I do think she was right on the button with recommending these brushes, and I'm really glad I got them. They're just from the internet, eBay I think, and I can't remember the name of them. But actually you'll see in my next Empties video that my beautiful trusted e.l.f. powder brush that I use as a foundation brush has unfortunately died a death. The handle actually came out of the ferrule. Is that right? Yeah, the handle came out of the ferrule soon after buying it, but I just popped it back in and it worked a treat. So I carried on using it, and I bought a spare knowing that it was just a matter of time. I still think it's a fantastic brush, otherwise I wouldn't have repurchased it, but yeah, at the minute I'm just using this one because this is also really good. The only thing I found with these kabuki brushes though, compared to the e.l.f. powder brush, is the e.l.f. powder brush has a flat bristles, and so it doesn't seem to stoke up as much as product. You can stipple it a little bit onto your face, whereas with this style brush, with it being really sort of fluffy, I find it does steal a lot of product, which is why it's really good for when you're going for a sheer coverage like I'm going for today. Now I've just buffed that into my skin really well and just let it settle for a minute or two. I've just realised I've got a lot of e.l.f. products in this video, but it's just a coincidence. Now what I'm going to do is put my eyebrows on next, and I have my Sleek Brow Kit in Light. Now you can just fast forward this bit if you're bored stiff of it, because actually I've done this a million times, well every time I do a video anyway. And I don't really do anything different. I'm using my Real Techniques eyebrow brush, and this was from the starter kit I believe. Now I'm really excited to do this video for you today. I've actually not had my laptop for 2 weeks, and I edit on my laptop, but also I record on my laptop. So I feel like I've lost a limb this past fortnight. It's been really, really awful. I did actually record some videos before I put it in for repair, and managed to edit them, and I was going to schedule them to go up, and I made a rookie error. I won't go into the technicality of it, but it was purely my own fault, and unfortunately because of what I've done, the footage was lost. So this is actually the second time I've recorded this video for you, and I thought, what better opportunity rather than get upset about it, just to make sure I do it even better than last time. So the last time I did it, it was just recording it and then recording a narration over the top, and they're a lot less personal than doing it this way. So I decided to do it this way for this video and make it a little bit better. So now the eyebrows are on, I'm going to go in with a little bit of concealer. Now I just basically use my StudioFinish concealer for blemishes. I've got a little blemish right here. Now I did that totally to myself. It wasn't even a spot. I just was trying to, being a bit overzealous, plucking a hair, and I was in a really bad mood, and I just decided I wasn't going to take any crap from it. So I went for it, and I've really sort of damaged my skin, but I'd like to say lesson learned, but to be honest, I've done this quite a few times in exactly the same spot, because unfortunately I get a hair that sort of grows inwards sometimes just there. So now that's covered, I'm just going to do my under eye concealer. Now sometimes I do this after my powder, but I'm not today because I'm doing a very minimal eye makeup look, and so I don't really need to do that. I'm just going to be using the Bourjois Healthy Mix Concealer. I'll have all the products linked in the description bar. I'm also going to be using it with this brush here. Now this came in the kit that I was referring to before, but I think it's supposed to be sort of a foundation brush, like a pointed foundation brush, but they sort of got squashed in the delivery. Now not all of them were squashed, but this one was, and when I looked at it I thought, I actually quite like the idea of that because it will fit perfectly in my under eye for concealer. So rather than send it back, I thought let's just work with it. So I just basically squeeze a little blob out onto here. Now with this concealer, I would recommend that you, so I'm just looking around for a mirror. With the concealer, I would recommend that you do one eye at a time because it does set quite quickly in my opinion. So yeah, I'm just going to pop that under there like so. I'll come up a bit closer so you can see me, and I'm just going to sweep that to the side and also put it in my inner corner there. Now I love the idea of doing concealer after your eye makeup, especially when you're doing a heavier eye makeup, so that you you know, minimise the effect of any fallout. However, for me, I feel like it looks so much nicer when I do it first, because I am so dark in this inner corner bit here, and it's hard to get that without disturbing your eye makeup when you've already done your eyeshadow and whatnot. I'm just going to take a touch more. Now I did and ah when I first started my channel about how to do my get ready with me's, you know, or tutorials, whatever you want to call it. Me putting my makeup on video. So I did debate how to do that because you know, when you do it this way, although it does make editing it so much more pleasurable, because narrating over the top and all that sort of thing, I don't enjoy doing that. For me personally, I find these a lot more enjoyable. I feel like they're more personal and they're easier, quicker, and less time consuming, less effort and less laborious to edit. However, they are then longer, so I was like, oh, should I do them, you know? But then when I watch other people doing these sorts of ones, they do seem less professional, but I prefer them. I don't know if that's just me. Let me know in the comments if you have a preference either way, because I'm quite open to you know, feedback. I'll give you an example. There's a YouTuber and I watch. She's quite busy because she actually works full time, and she's got a sort of illness as well as such, and her name's Karen, and she's got a Mrs. Ginger's beauty channel, and I watch every video she makes because I just think she's awesome. I think it's called Elos Davlos. I can't really pronounce that properly, but anyway, it doesn't affect her. She you know, she's amazing. You'd think she did her videos on YouTube full time. She doesn't, but you'd think she did. Anyway, as back to point, she does most of her videos in this way, sort of chatting to you as she's getting ready. And I watch all of those from beginning to end, so I just figured, you know, stop being paranoid, Kelly, and do what you enjoy the most. And so I'm doing them this way, but if you do find them more boring than the more tutorial style ones where you talk over the top, then do let me know. But I do enjoy talking to you guys, and I do enjoy this more personal video. Okay, now with this particular concealer, I do like to set it straight away, because otherwise as it sets, I think it does crease. Some obviously concealers are better to set once they've settled a bit, but for this one it's quite a, I just think the formula looks better when it's set with the powder straight away. Now I'm using my Rimmel matte powder, Stay Matte powder, and I got it in Pink Blossom by accident when I wanted translucent, but to be honest, my skin's quite pink and it's fine. I think it'd be better when I get the translucent one, but this is the one I've got for now. And I'm using my e.l.f. Angled Blush Brush, which I think is an absolutely perfect shape for just fitting around the eye and the inside bit there, so it's set in the socket. Now obviously the video is going to be longer than it would take in real life, because I'm chatting to you, but you know, this is a makeup look that is something that I do when I've literally got 10 minutes to just get the job done and get myself set up for the day. Next I'm going in with my e.l.f. Cool Bronzer and my e.l.f. Complexion Brush. I just swirl all 4 colours around, and I'm just going to use that just to warm up my face a little bit. Now, I noticed some YouTubers do say, oh, I'm not going to contour, I'm just warming up the face. I'll be honest, I'm not very good at contouring, so I think maybe some people don't contour because it's easier just to bronze up the face. And I don't know why people don't just admit that. So yeah, I'm not contouring because A, I don't have time, and B, I'm not that great at it. So not because I'm specifically choosing not to contour. So yeah. That's the bronzer on, and next I'm going to go in with some e.l.f. Shimmer. Now I'm going to use this in 2 ways. I'm also going to use the bronzer in 2 ways. When I'm in a rush, I'll need to grab as few products as possible. So I'm going to use the bronzer as my crease colour and the shimmer, e.l.f. Shimmer, as both my lid colour and also my highlight. So I'll just get my highlight brush of choice, which is the Body Shop blusher brush. Just tap that in there, tap it off, and just pop that on the tops of my cheekbones. I didn't really like this when I first got it, but since trying a few other highlighters I realised that actually it's fairly good. So for the crease, what I'm going to do is use my Deluxe crease brush. Now I know a lot of people don't tend to use this for the crease, and I can understand why. It is very, very dense, but you know, when I just want a really sort of light wash of colour, so it doesn't matter if the colour's buffed away a lot, and when I really don't have a lot of time for blending, it's ideal for that. So I'm just going to put that in my upper crease in windshield wiper motions and circular motions. You've heard it all before. Now I'm going to, the colour I'm using from this palette is this warmer one in the corner. It's a cool bronzer, but that's, I think, the warmest shade of them all. Now I've quite hooded eyes, so you'll notice I'm bringing it up quite high there. And e.l.f. Shimmer. So I'm just going to use my same old e.l.f. eyeshadow brush that I always use. I absolutely love it. I think some people call it a shader brush. God, finding it amongst all these brushes. Ah, there we go. Some people call it a shader brush, but I actually just call it a flat paddle brush because it looks like a flat paddle. I don't know why, just what I've always called them. So I'm going to take some of the shimmer and just pop that on my eyelid. Now actually it's coming out a little bit darker than usual because I think my brush still had some purple on it from yesterday. But if I was doing this look, for example, to run out the house for work, then I wouldn't be correcting that. So I'm not going to on this occasion either. Let's keep it realistic. Then I'm going to go with my base shadow brush from Real Techniques, which is a perfect blending and crease brush. I basically use this in place of a MAC 217, and I'm going to go for the darkest colour in the palette, which is this one here. And that's a really sort of chocolatey brown with, I think, purpley undertones. And I'm just going to stick that in my lower crease. Now sometimes if I'm in a major rush, I would literally just skip this part and just go straight as I am. But I'm just going to put that a little bit into an outer V shape. Or outer 7. We've got hooded eyes. And that's all the makeup, powder based makeup done, other than blush, which I'm going in with now. And I'm going to use Bashful by Collection, previously known as Collection 2000. And for that I'm going to use another brush from my ChoccyKaz recommended brush collection and dust that onto my cheeks. I really need to wash my brushes. As I put it on the right side, it had more highlight to it than the left, and because it was picking up a bit from the last blush I used, which is very shimmery. Okay, so the next thing I just need to do is just take the brush that I used to set my under eyes and just set anywhere else that I've concealed. And on this occasion it's only here, so I'm just going to dab it just there before I put on my DIY facial makeup setting spray. So I've got my facial setting spray, my DIY one, and I'm just going to give it a shake because it's got some aloe vera in, and just spray that all over. I do like to be quite generous with it, which is a good reason as to why I make it myself instead of buying it. So I'm going to let that dry. Now I didn't put a primer on, you'll probably have noticed, because literally I don't have time when I'm getting ready quickly, but when I do have time for a primer, I really like the Garnier 5-second blur underneath my eyes. Really love that primer, and I like to put my setting spray on before my mascara, otherwise mascara does tend to clump. And I would also use my ELF eye primer, but when I'm in a rush sometimes I'll skip that step, as I have done today, especially if I'm going to wear a bold lip, because in which case I really don't need the eyes to be particularly vibrant. So it's mascara time, and I've got the Rimmel Wonder'full, and I just use this as a base coat, and it's great for separating but not very good for volume, so I don't use it on its own, but I like to use it in conjunction with something else. And today I'm going to be putting my trusted Rimmel ScandelEyes over the top. Now the thing with this, I don't think I'll be repurchasing, let's admit it, I definitely won't be repurchasing this mascara. I don't get on with the wand in it. Sometimes when I get it too close to my eye and get it in my eye, it really hurts, like more than the pain I would usually feel from making that sort of error. In between mascara coats, whilst they're drying a little bit, I'm going to do my lips, and I've got Exaggerate lip liner and East End Snob. Now I've mentioned this in a favourites before, and I really love this lip liner. It might be my favourite lip liner, but I really love it. And then I've recently seen in somebody else's video, I think it was Amelia Liana, and she was saying how this was a dupe for Laura Mercier's Pillow Talk. So if so, great, because I've been using it for ages, and obviously Laura Mercier is really high end. So let's give this a go. I can't talk very well while I'm doing this. Okay, so it's great when you're in a rush because It's a really soft and creamy pencil. Amelia Liana said that the Laura Mercier one is more long lasting than this, but of course it would be. And I've got 01 from the Deluxe collection, and it's in Prohibition. I absolutely love this colour for fall. It's just perfect. It's so beautiful. Okay, let me swatch it for you. Look at that. Gorgeous. So let's get some of that on. Now, especially when I'm wearing this to work, I do try and get the first layer on as a stain, so I rub it in really well. I know it seems like an odd choice when you're going for a work look or a quick and easy look to wear sort of a high maintenance bold lip. But the thing with this one is it's very moisturising and very creamy, so it doesn't dry your lips out, which is fabulous. And it also stains, which it doesn't claim to do, but it does do, which means it's, you know, it's really good to wear for work, because as it wears down, it wears evenly, on me anyway, and I still look like I'm wearing lipstick or wearing it like it should be worn because it's stained. Okay, so that's that. And then my mascara. Now I must admit, throughout the day when I top this off, I probably don't top up the liner. I should, but I don't, or I might just top it up sort of once. But I don't find it gives me any problems with sort of running off to where it shouldn't be. Oh dear. Mascara mayhem. Okay, so this is the finished look. I hope you like it. I think it's really easy for anybody to achieve. I think it's great for when you're on the go and when you've not got a lot of time to get ready. So I didn't design this look as such. I found that I was gravitating towards this look when I was really strapped for time, which is a lot of the time automatically. And then I thought, well, I want to share it with you guys because I just think that it might be helpful for you to have some ideas of something really quick and easy. I'm always looking up other people's quick and easy makeup ideas, so I hope this was helpful to some. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much if you're already subscribed, and please subscribe if you're not, because it just means that you get an updated notification of when I put a video up, and it helps me out as well. So it was really enjoyable to do this for you today, and I'm going to get this edited and uploaded. I'll see you later. Bye.